doing our original keep the farts alive, keep them hollering in 2025. It's good luck. If you super chat me, there's a high probability you can dodge anything starting with a B or a W or a BW. Start a poll. We're gonna go do you like farts? Now that's a very broad question we've thrown out there, so that should hit at least 10 million poll people analyses. Will be soon. I might run this sucker all day, doubtful I don't have the battery. This is the old phone, and I am the new hash man here, so we're watching first ever bed making. It's not a bed either, this is an old gray couch. We're going to try and get sleep on it, and we're definitely going to devastate it with farts. We're going to auction off this couch sometime, and when I auction this sucker off, it's going to be epic. Let me tell you about it, since you asked. Well, the epicness will begin with good morning. Hi, how are you? We gotta make sure. Oh, I see what's really going on here. So I still have a panel to put up over here. I hesitate to do it due to the fact that it's actually not the easiest. You know, like I can do it. I've done it for decades, but thinking about it, I get the shakes and everything. I had to put this curtain up, and I had to take the curtain on apart. And I'm not gonna open the curtain off so they can attack you. I've been attacked before. This is hard for me. This one's hard for me. But curtain rod in the 80s bought me. Man, did it bought me. And I looked up at it all cross-eyed. Probably still have no chance. Ooh, with the trophy up front and center. Yo, you can see that. This is probably one of the. Can you even fathom how old I was? It's okay. It's okay. I've already glued it back together several times. No, not yet. And we got our LED light ready to rock and roll. When we get our $5,000 on here, we are pulling the tab on this free LED. We made a wicked video one night. People wanted to see. We have some of this. We got crystals. This is amethyst, barbadoite, and supermanonite. And there might even be a bit of farderite in there. I love crystals. Oh, piece snap right off. Why are my crystals? My crystal is dying. Yo, I think somebody knocked my crystal. Why does my crystal look so weird on the top edge here? Oh my spikies! Someone knocked my crystal, bro. I'm gonna make a pendy today and do a bit of a seance ritual. We're gonna have to get out the cards. Oh, not like those seance cards. We're gonna use like magic cards. Magic the Gathering. We'll get out some green. My green deck. A good green deck. Rampage. Some Forest Walkers, eh? They never made Forest Walk. Was there Forest Walk? Was that a thing? Plains Walk? There must have been. Was there Mountain Men? Plains Walk is sounding right. Swamp Walk is, oh man, was there Swamp Walk? Man, that'll choke me if there was Swamp Walk. I think they only did Plains Walk and stuff like that. And wasn't it? Yeah, no, they must have done Swamp Walk, because if they did Plains Walk, then they would have done Swamp Walk, because it was black versus white, red versus blue, and green was just in there. Green was taken on by, well, I don't really know, I guess red and blue. And plains and forest, I guess, from the red turns it into plains. What's next? Mountains. Hard to grow a forest on a mountain. Ain't it? But it can. They did it. Look at China, right? China done it, right? And in Yugoslavia or Romania, there's somewhere else they did it too. The White Pyramids, Serbia, somewhere out in that area, they've managed to hide. They just don't let you walk there, right? Oh man, is this? I can't wait to make a pendy. Oh yeah. What is this? Wow. We're gonna do a little bit of gaming here, but just kind of waking up here at 7 a.m. You know how we do it, right? We got this here. Ooh. I'll make sure everybody knows. It's almost the gemstone for a ring, actually. It's a amethyst, so I don't know what this would go for, like $4, $5. It's pretty cool. And it's real, it's not glass, right? That's the difference. But it does have a nice refractal. It's got very nice inclusions. The clarity's on fleek, yo. It's got a really nice face here. Super nice face. Wait till you see this. It's huge too. Man, is that a cool one. I'll definitely never do anything with this, but I will try and keep it in like a special sock drawer or something, and lose it in 5 years. Doesn't matter what it is, you're gonna end up losing it, right? It doesn't matter what it is. And this is what someone built into your everyday life. It is better to have loved and lost than to have loved it all. So, if I can word it to you differently and take a step back from it forcing something in your mind before you have a chance to think, let's think about this. First, let's be, right? First, let's be. Then decide if you need to create a word called love, right? I would harmonize. I would create harmony. I would create harmony. In the forest, in the jungle, on the beach, I would create harmony. Right? Really chill, peaceful. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Yo, let's do this. So, if you're harmonizing with others, with everything, that is love. And you can't say it's not, because you didn't create love yet, right? We took a step back. So we're just going to go with harmony. Just hear me out. Would you create the word sorrow after your best friend, you're chilling with this monkey friend in a tree, and all of a sudden, dude, he's eating an acorn and a coconut same time, and you're like, dude, don't do that, bro. That looks sketchy, bro. And he's like, oh, he eats the acorn, and he's like, choking, and he's like trying to drink the coconut, and he just starts eating coconut shell, and you're like, dude, none of that makes any sense. And then all of a sudden he falls off the limb, and hey, cover your ears, everyone, if you're a total Karen, and boom, he hits the ground, and he splatters, right? And you're looking down like, would you create a word tragedy? Sorrow. Would you create those two words? Yes or no? Be real. Or would you just overlook it, scratch your head, kind of like the monkey in the entirety, and just move on? So I would.
I would recognize the loss, right? But if you live in complete harmony with everything and recognize that loss is going to happen, sorrow is going to kick in because you have a conscience. Do you know how sorrow and tragedy feeds your body? Through your conscience. The size of your conscience determines the amount of sorrow you will feel. Period. Flat out. I've thought about this for days. Never thought about this in the terms of, oh, I'm going to do the same as speech. And I'm looking at the ceiling right now. There's no paper in front of me. I don't sit here like a dickhead reading off a piece of paper somebody else wrote 3 days ago and splattered all over the news. I'm not that guy. But I just want people to recognize like a world without so much going on that's been forced on you. Take a good look at what you've become because of what they forced on you, right? So rebellious, a rebel, you know, was the opposite of the dark side. The emperor and the imperials, the opposite was the rebellion, the rebels. Luke Skywalker, Leia, Chewbacca, Han Solo, and everything in between, and just shy of not being evil. Imperials, the dark side, the force. Like I'm talking about Star Wars, you know, and Jedi's. Period. But look at the commonality between what I just said and what exists. It's so obvious. So I just have like less to do with things that are meant. You can read between the lines, you can feel it in the air. If there's four people in a room and everyone's like, hey, can you drink this cup? I'm not drinking that fucking cup. But you should question things due to the fact that, you know, monsters are actually people. Monsters are actually people. When you stand before a judge recognizes this and will take that into consideration before weighing and ruling. Due to the fact that it's kind of it's bred into this body, what we have become. So it's not like he's never heard of this before. It's not like it doesn't exist. There's a percentage of the population that is evil, that does do these things. Statistically speaking, 7%, 3%, 1%, whatever the horrific nature of it is. Ask my wife. She watches, like, you could watch shows about creepy people forever. Forever. You could watch shows about the evil nature of people because of the indoctrination, right? They call them copycat, right? I call it influence, and I call it a lack of, be up above that, I call it a lack of education. And then above that, I say the parenting skills suck. And everyone can agree with me that that's what's happened to society, whether it's a young or old, right? When you see somebody completely screwing up, there's a high probability their parents were just complete donks. Of course, there are those people who strive to become more. Quickly raise your hand if you made it this far. Holy shit. Raise your hand twice, fuck. And you recognize that education isn't exactly cut out the way like you should portray it, right? Education is wisdom. Wisdom is lessons learned from yourself, thyself, and every other thy around you. That guy, that guy, that chick, this person, this old person. Watch them make mistakes. And remember, you don't want to be like that. That's how a human, a monster, thinks. That wants to strive to not be so monstrous. Evil intentions can be few and far between, but evil intentions could be every second of your day, plotting and planning evil, which one day will, I swear to you, this is the greatest game ever played, that most people quit early, give up, and nobody makes it to the finish line. There's a reason that this game is very tricky. Very, very tricky. What was his name? Isaac. I can't say it all anyway, but there's somebody, I learned from somebody, and he said, even I made a mistake. They even got it, they got me. And the way he worded it, they was the evil. Thy evil in him was allowed to act out, take over, and overrule his conscience. Period. Good intention is your conscience. What makes you feel sorrow and damn it, regret? I wish I shouldn't do it. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Butterflies in your stomach. You know you can make the choice to not do it. Your conscience begs you, pleads with you to make the right decisions. So that is the only good intention that lies in your entire body. And I don't need no 10% from you this Sunday or this Monday or Wednesday, or hey, you know what, whenever you get it, just drop it in that big gold box next to that big gold table with my big gold scepter and my big gold helmet. And I probably got a bunch of big gold paintings around right in that vicinity. Drop all what you have left this week in my big gold box next to all my big gold objects. Please, just do it. Oh, I got big gold cups everywhere. Oh, big gold platters to put the big gold cups on. Put the money in the box. I'll see you next week. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna be busy. I probably won't even be there. Put the money in the box. Don't worry. We're always watching, you know. You ever used that on a child before? We're always watching. It's pretty straightforward, guys. But I learned this when I was 3 or 4 years old. I was like, the heck is this hat going around, this straw hat going around all these benches? My creepy dad took me somewhere because he was creepy and he had to try, and his conscience was begging him not to do it every single time. And they make you think that you can just, all your sins are given up that Sunday that you did all week. Disgusting. Heartbreaking, to tell you the truth. And the way that the world works, monsters exist big time in those buildings. You gotta do the math. How many people's conscience get to them? And evil people that you wouldn't even dare walk around the streets with if you knew, if it said all over them, tattooed on their forehead, the things they've done that are despicable. I'm a good man. I've lived a very healthy, conscious life. I float like a cloud. Can you say the same?
That's part 1 of this. There's going to be part 2 coming. Make sure you guys watch all these and comment. Otherwise, just don't bother. Alright, this is part 2, baby. Let's go. I don't know. I just think these are cool. I'm into something that nobody else is doing. Again, you know. And I realize the necessity for these. You're all led astray by a different batch of creepiness, you know. Some of you this, some of you that, some of you in monster trucks, some of you every Sunday are waking up at crack of dawn, put on your best clothes, and getting your checkbooks ready. Creepy. You don't have it, don't give it. That's always been my motto. Always. Now I put myself in the hole. I realize how good people who have money can have nothing. I'm not doing it no more. I am fed up. I gotta allocate every red cent towards my goal, my dream.
because it's lucrative, right? And I actually am not stupid with money, or in general, I'm not stupid. Highly, 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 highly recommend you take my advice. If you're doing any sort of financials, I can give you a hand. I ain't never gonna charge you nothing. Just come on the show, and be like, hey, I got this planned out. I was gonna do this, this, and this. I'm like, well, for starters, have you even considered this? They'd be like, oh, what is that? What is that? I'm like, well, that's basically how you could figure out how to do all that in 5 or 10 minutes, as cost effectively as possible. Did you get 5 to 6 or 7 or 10 estimates? No? How long have they been in business? Do they have pictures of their previous work on jobs? Facebook is actually a really good thing for those types of things because people are very proud of their work, right? If somebody on the street isn't proud of their work, they're just not going to showcase photos, right? Or have people, whatever you call the term, when they're praising you after, like, oh, recommendations, but there's another one besides that, like, just really, like, shouting you out type of thing, right? I forget what those are called. It's like a review anyway. Used to be a word before Google review came around. It was people would give their, starts with an A or a G or something like that. I can't remember. Who cares anyway? But yeah, I've just been doing other things myself and looking at stuff and over the while, and I'm just like, man, I guarantee you everybody's getting ripped off. I guarantee you. Like, it's just, not everybody, of course. There's a 33% of the population here in Manitoba probably saving a boatload of money, put it to you straight, and doing a wicked job. Better job 90% of the time. I'll explain something. When your company gets too big, or the company gets too big, you can no longer filter out pond scum. They call them people that just drag their hemorrhoids. So if your company is 4 people, it's not lay blame. It's see who's the weak link, right? You're then going to be paid the least, probably get supervised. So, like, I don't even know how that works. Like, if you'll never be paid the same again, basically, until you can prove that you can do what the other 3 in the company did, right? Never would you. Anyone in their right mind not going to pay someone that's not doing 50% of the work if it's 2 people in a company, right? You're going to get paid based off how much you do, not who your daddy is, right? Because it's 2 people in the company. It doesn't have anything to do with your daddy. But these big companies, daddy owns or daddy worked at 50 years, 700 years. Now you got these vampires that pass down the company to their crackhead sons. Bidet, all of them, name some. And look at the world we live in now, where these side deals are going on in office, in a place of business, where the dad would be rolling over in his grave if he knew what was going on. He'd have the cops involved at the highest level, extinguishing the fire from inside, to let the shareholders and everybody in the boardroom know, I got this, guys. I still am in charge. I'm the good guy here. You can count on me to fix the company every time. That shit don't fly anymore. It's like, how quick can we sell this off, that off? These pussies don't want to do work anymore. They want to go hang out on an island as fast as they can. So, I don't know. I'd love to go to an island for a week or 2, but I love the plains, man. I want to live in the swamps, I really do. I want to be a grower in a marshland, where it's constant. I can guarantee you I can grow, right? Because I always have what I need, right? Everyone laughs at that, but you don't realize how beautiful. Look at Louisiana. You ever hear anybody complain about living in Louisiana? They have everything they could ever imagine right there in the bayou. And it's the greatest growing. Like, I know people from there. Personally, from the show, back in the day, used to chat with them all the time. Video camera, see their grows, guys and girls, and see their grows, and they're just, like, that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to put me, trying to keep it on the down low as best I can, because I know it's on the down low. But it's sick out there, And there's places like that here. I'll never say where. This is where I'm going to go, It's where we gotta go. If you're a grower and you want to ensure that you can have some saturation on the ground. It's garbage day today, so I already took the garbages out. That's a garbage truck right now, grabbing the garbage. It's Friday, everybody. How you doing? All right. So next thing I want to talk about is why I am so beautiful. You know? No, why you're so beautiful. If you made it this far, thanks for tuning in. I didn't do no farts this stream. Don't worry, they're coming. My wife's still here. I don't worry. This is actually the good couch too. This is all we got left for furniture I haven't dusted completely. So send furniture now, you know? Send at least 2 or 3 pieces of furniture right now. Oh, they don't, trust me, it doesn't have to be brand new or nothing. Oh, bed bugs? That's not a problem. I fumigate that as I sleep, bud. Organic fumigation going on here. Oh, don't worry, they just fall fast asleep. They drift off. Drift off forever. But they are happy. When they drift off, boy, you should see them. They are happy. They're like, woo! Woo! Mm. I had to do a couple things today, but I don't want to. I want to. Most of me doesn't want to. If this is making sense, there's no. I have no choice. It's wicked too, though, but I just don't want to. I should probably be checking on some other stuff, but again, do I want to? You know? I let my cat out in the garage. I walk through these stones and stuff, so that's just. That could be, it's either cat shit or gravel, but I'm gonna lean heavy towards cat shit, I guess. I'll do cat shit. I can't make, let's definitely gonna have a bath later on. I smell clean as a whistle. I had a bath yesterday. I scrubbed my toes. Jessie, one of our channel members, is apparently a girl, so I thought that was interesting. Always nice to know. The ladies are supporting the channel on that level. I can't have them directing it though. I see how, I get that she's a lady. She was definitely, but there's no sound. Like, how's a dude supposed to watch his favorite old man show on Apple? I'm not paying Apple TV to do my show. Like, I was watching Old Man on Apple. And I don't even know if I made it halfway through or what was going on. Fell right to sleep. Oh no, I was watching Chaos on Netflix. I think I did 2 sleep streaks. No, I fell asleep a couple times. I woke up. And then I put on Chaos. It was really good. I forget what happens at the end. I'll probably try and fall asleep to that again today. Takes me like, in half an hour I'll be out cold. So my stream was, I keep my stream like, anyway, I was able to, it's always interesting to see. So, I get a kick out of it, like, I really do. It's not even about you or me or them or they or we. We, huh? If, like, everyone always says they'd be Batman, right? If who would you pick, Batman or Robin? Like, that's like saying who's gonna pick, like, Mr. Belvedere or, like, the house owner. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's gonna pick Mr. Belvedere. You gotta go, oh, are you gonna pick Batman or Superman, right? And then you say, well, what's Batman's power? And he said it last night. He's like, I'm rich. I was watching a good movie. I didn't even come close to finishing. My wife wasn't paying any attention, so I switched it. Oh no, she was. No, she was. She was watching Batman last night. I couldn't believe it. But I switched it because it started. It was a heater. I think I've seen that movie now too. I remember that Aquaman part, something about that thing, but I don't remember any of the other part. Which led me to believe I don't remember the ending. Cause yeah, I don't even know where I was in the movie either. I watched it on Crave, and you couldn't tell where you were in the 2 hour and 48 minute movie. I think it said an hour and 48 minutes left, or it had it had lapsed an hour and 48 minutes, and there was only an hour left. It was hard to. It wasn't like the center of the bar. It was weird. There was no bar. It was just a bar, and it was blue, the whole thing, or it was gray. And I was like, so it was either whole gray, or when you unpaused, it was all blue. I was like, so which? Oh, I couldn't figure it out, and I'm looking at rewinding, and then the bar starts moving, but the screen stayed the same. I don't know. It looked like it was. I don't know. I can't remember now. I think I was seeing sideways too. I was probably looking over there, and I was probably looking over there and seeing this way. But so I was having a good time. I was having a great time trying to figure out what was really going on. Hey, me and my wife gotta have our vitamins. I didn't pop them today. It's like the first time I've ever had vitamins before 8 a.m., 9 a.m. I'm gonna catch the 9 o'clock train, but I ain't catching the 8, right? 8's already. It's probably about 8 a.m. No, it's. I'm gonna be asked right now. It's 8:30. Because, well, there's a couple factors. My wife, and I'm thinking she's probably got clothes on, that's not good. Let me go. I gotta. Hang on. My phone's ringing. Oh, yes! Best day ever. So I'm just gonna say, you had it, isn't it? Childhood. Come on. Woo.
video game with the staircase while we were going, whatever. I'm like, I think this is like,
Alright, guys. I think I'm gonna be starting up sleep streaming soon, so.
I always get a kick out of doing the sleep streams a bit later on, so I look forward to. Let me see what it's like here in about 5 or 10 minutes. Oh, I got a cup of tea here. Somebody loves me. Ooh. Ooh. Cheers, good morning. Yeah. I'll see you guys next time.